Okay, the next step is we're gonna get Dude completely dry because we just got done giving her a bath. And you wanna make sure the dog is completely dry so you can get a nice finished smooth groom. Dude is a very good dog. She's very relaxed. I enjoy grooming her. It's easy to brush the dog and dry at the same time. It helps you to get the coat dry quicker. It helps you get through any knots or tangles that's on her. Highly recommended a 2-speed Andis clippers. You can use Oysters. It doesn't matter exactly the brand, but you do want to make sure it is a 2-speed clipper because it has more power. And then you have a set of blades. This is only recommended for, I will only recommend doing something like this for professional trained groomers. If you're not professional, I wouldn't recommend doing this at home because you want to mess your dog up. For example, like what we have right here. So when I groom the dog, I have to fix this and blend it in. And recommended for the body and the face, we have a slicker brush, which it's a little pointy on the edges. And then we have a nice comb that we work through the coat. I recommend brushing and combing through the coat before you clipper it to have a nice finished cut. And then we have toenail clippers. These are what we use to clip the nails. This is something you could do at home, but I recommend being trained for it if you do this at home because you don't want to quick the dog's nail. Because if you do quick it, it will bleed. But in case you do quick, we have what you call spethic powder. And this is, you will put this on the quick nail and hold a little pressure on it and it'll stop it from bleeding. And today for Dude, I'm going to be using curved shears. There's also straight shears. I don't have those with me today, but this is what I like to use on Dude. And these right here are thinning shears. We call these a magic eraser. I'm going to use these to help blend in this gash right here that our owner did. This is going to help her. It's going to be our lifesaver. Alright. So we're gonna get this started. Okay, first thing, dog toenail trimmers. I'm gonna do her nails first. I like to get the nails out of the way first. That's best so you won't forget to do that throughout the grooming. Always when you cutting the dog's nails, there's 2 ways you want to hold the feet. You want to either hold it out forward or you want to hold it out backwards. Back feet, we're going to do the same position. I'm going to hold it backwards in a comfortable position where it's not hurting her feet. And I'm using my nail as a guide so I won't cut into the quick right there, that pink. So if you cut into that, it'll bleed. But we're going to avoid doing that. Next, I'm going to do the paw pads. This is a 40 blade right here. It's only recommended to use this blade if you're comfortable and you're fully trained. Now I'm going to hold her paw in the same position that I was doing when I was clipping her nails. Right now what I'm doing is getting all that hair from between her paws, which causes them to slide over the floor or whatnot when they're in the house on tile. and it's a maintenance thing too. Alright, now that we got our paws all cleaned up, we're gonna do the sandy areas. This right here is Ultra Edge number 10 blade. This is what we call a safety blade, what you use to do their sandy area, which is like the poop area, like right below the tail, because it's very sensitive back here, so you want to make sure that you be very careful when you back here. And like I said before, only recommend it if you're professionally trained doing this. Don't do this at home if you're not professional. And I also use this blade for like the armpits. It's very sensitive under here. It's a very easy place where you can cut. And we normally use the 10 blade when you're cutting around the eyes, just to notch out all that hair from out of her eyes and around the ears. First thing, I'm going to start with notching around her eyes. I'm going to get out all that eye boogers. And then I'm going to go to her ears, and we're just going to cut a little bit around the ears on the outside, just to get that hair that grows around the ears. Now I'm going to go to her sandy area. This is hygiene purposes. You want to make sure you keep this clean, because once you use the bathroom, sometimes it gets stuck back here. It's okay, dude. So if you notice when I'm using this blade, I'm taking it right on the outside, not going across it. You never want to go on top of the sandy area. You're on a risk cutting it. It's like a down, over, and up. All right.